I remember telling my mom in the second grade that I was no longer a virgin because I had my first kiss. We learned a few things that day. Number one, I had no clue what that word meant. And number two, that an 8-year-old can give their mom a heart attack. But I mean, my girl Katy Perry was right when she said, I kissed a girl and I liked it. Except it wasn't a girl. Because it was my genetically bred Labradoodle named Cuddles. Duh. After realizing my excitement of my first kiss, even if it was with a mutt, it made me realize that there has to be so much more to this simple situation. And I'm not alone. Michael Castleman, American journalist and apparently a kissing aficionado, which is a real thing, explains. Kissing is a mystery. It's not clear why we do it, but what we do know is that it works. It allows us to communicate through attachment. And currently, out of the 8.7 million known species, humans are the only known to kiss passionately. So today, let's learn about kissing by first practicing our kissing. Culture, by learning more about its psychology and historical background, before seeing its medical and cultural applications and societal implications. So, as a kissing expert, which is a name granted to very few, very select virgins, I wanted to know why we kiss through the mouth-to-mouth contact and not through other expressive behaviors. Like, did cavemen just look at each other's lips and then go for it? Or did they try other things, like rubbing necks? While my search history was ambiguous, its information is valid. Neil Burton, Oxford psychiatrist and philosopher, explains that our modern kissing practice can actually stem from some instinctual behaviors. From first, being a trait used by early primates as a form of reproductive communication that was then passed down to modern-day humans through a common ancestor, to being referred to and known as a trait called kiss feeding, where ancient Egyptian mothers would regurgitate food and then pass it on to their youth orally. Kind of like how the birds do it. What had originally started as a psychological need was soon formed into as a psychological want, believed to have created our modern prototype of the kiss. So next time you say your mom's always up your butt, just remember, at least she's not down your... Never mind. However, the Psychology Today article where the history of kissing comes from actually puts this mystery to rest with 3 simple words. We don't know. So thus, it's best we stick to what we do know. Which brings us to our kissing psychology. According to my textbook, literally, Gray's 2020 Atlas of Anatomy simplifies. It makes sense why we would want to kiss with our lips, because they are some of the skin's most nerve-rich skins in the body. All skin is made up of the same 3 types of layers: the stratum cornum, the dermis, and the epidermis. However, the stratum cornum in our lips is far thinner than any other skin in our body. And due to these lambian skins being so thin, the body's somatic sensory cortex can easily send signals to the brain's pleasure and reward system. So, I don't know. Say you were to kiss someone, this interaction would release a spectrum of neurotransmitters and hormones, sending multiple chemical reactions to the brain, such as a rush of dopamine, increasing physical drive, epinephrine, causing your heart to beat faster, and, of course, endorphins, bringing a sense of pleasure and enjoyment, making it clear that the kiss is a form of communication on the biochemical level. So, while telling the other kids in my class that I had my first kiss with a dog did not benefit my street cred, and actually led to PETA taking away my dog ownership license, it does surprisingly have some impeccable health benefits. According to Valerie Reese, journalist of Columbia University and author of the article Kissing Benefits, she explains that the kiss can be so many things, but can even act as a heart-healthy micro-workout. Through the simple transaction, a kiss can decrease blood pressure, fight cavities, lower your risk for illness, and has even led to medical clinics encouraging this practice daily, as long as both participants are healthy from transmittable disease. This is why the National Healthline Organization publishes that the average human being should sanction up to 7 kisses a day for bodily maintenance, and a total of just 11 kisses a day to experience physical and mental growth. Which means some of y'all haven't met the quota. And if you haven't, that could change. Leave your phone number in the comment section down below. Moreover, while kissing may sound like a universal custom, the BBC actually reports that, well, when we pucker these lips up, they can actually show diversity across the globe. In their study of 168 cultures around the world, the total of 90% practice some form of the kiss often. 46% use it in the romantic way we all know it as. And only 10% don't practice a kiss at all, saying it is just gross. Which is exactly why my mom won't kiss my dad anymore. They got a divorce. As the Washington Post article, a kiss is not just a kiss points out, in European countries, a kiss on the cheek acts as not just a cultural greeting, but symbolizes respect and diligence. In Bangladesh and Thailand, the kiss is strictly a private practice, only to be shared on important occasions, and yet in some societies today, the kiss is illegal, especially in Dubai, which sounds harsh, but is definitely a regulation that U.S. high schools should enforce, because it is just nasty. The point is, kissing is nuanced and complex. But how do these implications apply to these intricacies? The CDC reports in 2016 that 1 in 54 children in the U.S. will be diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, or ASD. But how does this relate to kissing? The Autism Speaks organization publishes that people with ASD face challenges displaying emotions to non-disabled people, leaving those with ASD feeling alienated and stigmatized. However, Tuluka Prasada, disability activist and mother of a child with severe autism, reconstructs these meanings by saying, "After a long and stressful day, I felt 2 little hands wrap around me and the touch of a kiss press my cheek. My son Devin kissed me." She explains that this kiss meant everything to her, because her son Devin was cognitively able to register that his mother felt hurt, and in turn kissed her to show her that he understood her sympathy. Devin isn't alone, because 1,200,000 children with autism are challenging these stigmas every day. Just like my brother, who after years of physical therapy shared his first kiss just this last summer, and since then has communicated this love to my family every day. What I'm saying here is that it is so easy to view kissing as a hypersexualized interaction, when in reality, it's an emotional connection. Kissing is celebrating a union after the legalization of same-sex marriage. Kissing is marking the reunification of the thousands of troops around the world, connecting through this gesture. And kissing is forming real, valid relationships with you and your loved ones every day. As Toluca reinforces, it was never about the physical interaction of the kiss, because it was always about the emotional connection that it can form. So today, we kissed up on the psychological and historical background of the kiss, before seeing its modern-day applications and societal implications. So whether it's seeing your significant other, meeting your first child, or even sharing some love with your dog, kissing has become part of our culture and it isn't going anywhere. While you may find it to be distasteful, I encourage you to remember what lies at the kiss's core and how it has become a catalyst for societal change. Because at the end of the day, I think we could all use a little more puckering up.